Joel, why is it becoming increasingly important for plan sponsors to offer a retirement income solution in their 401k plans?
Great question. I think that our surveys have shown that over 80% of those participating in our survey are either concerned or terrified of not having a regular paycheck type of income post-retirement. Most people in the private sector, in fact, over 90% in the private sector, are no longer covered by a pension plan. And if you think back to when a 401k was established over 40 years ago, the idea was to make or provide supplemental savings to your pension plan and to supplement your Social Security. But with over 90% not being part of a pension plan, it creates the need for having some type of thoughtful approach to investing and then decumulating and drawing down your income in retirement.
And what should financial advisors and companies be looking for when comparing income products?
We think there's three things that are very important to consider. The first one is your longevity of assets. So you want to invest in such a way so that the assets that you have continue to be there as you get older. Most people are going to live, at least according to surveys, if you're age 65, you're going to live out to another 20 years, give or take. So you want to know that you have assets remaining at that point. You want to have some protection around significant market drawdowns. Very important in terms of, again, that longevity. And then built into that, you want to have a monthly income component so that people can continue to live their life as they've gotten used to. And then finally, you want to have lower fees, lower costs, or at least costs that are reasonable, commensurate with the type of program that you're going to be involved with in a solution, be it guaranteed or not.
So what are plan participants looking for when it comes to an income solution? Does Schroders have any research or statistics on that?
We do. Our most recent survey revealed that plan participants, as they go into retirement, are looking for lifetime income. They're looking for a monthly or consistent monthly type of paycheck that replicates what they've gotten used to. They want lower costs, lower fees. They want to have some type of protection around significant market drawdowns. And finally, they want inflation protection.
And what about education? How are financial advisors educating plan participants so they actually know what they're getting and they're not surprised?
Well, I think overall there's a greater need for education. We've spent the last 40 years educating participants on building up your assets and how do you diversify, et cetera. And now as people go into retirement, we're starting to see some education around decumulation, but we have a long way to go. The other side of this is that people aren't prepared necessarily to go into retirement. Our survey has shown that over half don't feel comfortable doing asset allocation, are unaware of how to drive income, how to protect against market declines. And so when you think about that, education is going to help take that path from asset accumulation to having a greater understanding of how to embrace the decumulation and plan for it or invest accordingly.
And then finally, where do you see the retirement space headed over the next 5 or 10 years? We've gone from defined benefit plans to defined contribution plans. So what's it going to be like for Gen X and Gen Y and Gen Z when they retire?
I think all the gens are going to be looking at it very different than what's in the market today. You know, retirement income solutions in some way, shape, or form have been around for a very long time. Some firms have been doing it for 30 or 40 years, but it's become much more topical now. You have the baby boomers, which is we're in the later stages of the baby boomers retiring, and so they're relying more on this. So it's getting a greater focus. Technology is going to play a massive role in how this looks today versus the future. The future is going to be dramatically different, whether it's better information, different types of investments, ease of transaction, ease of monthly income, and the like. So I think what we see today, I think the foundation will be there, but how it's received and how it's invested will be very different for the future generations.
All right, well, thanks a lot for coming on and talking about it.
Thank you for having me.